is Mike Tomlin the guy for the future? Now, I'm a big Mike Tomlin supporter. I've got his shirt on right now. The standard is the standard. I love what he's done for the organization, but here it is. Here it is. And we'll talk about this in just a minute. So Jerry Dulac, this is via Bob Pompiani. This is from Jerry Dulac on the future of Mike Tomlin, who is signed through 2027 per his sources. Despite a widespread public outcry and another embarrassing early exit from the postseason, the Steelers are not planning to make any move involving coach Mike Tomlin. Are we shocked? Are we that shocked? Probably not, right? I understand the frustration from the fan base. I really do. I really get it. It's been now 5 early exits, one and dones, and we've had all these different teams beat us, which was the Jaguars, the Browns, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, and we were allowed 45 points, 48, 42, 31, 28. We got smoked, absolutely smoked. And that falls on the head coach. That falls on the players. That falls on the organization, right? But are we that shocked? This is, did we really think that this morning that the Rooneys or Art Rooney would come around and say, you know what, fans, I've been listening to you. I've been reading all the comments. I'm going to fire Mike Tomlin right now today. You're going to get your wish. As much as the fan base, let's say 55, 65%, 70% of the fan base all around the world are not happy with this choice, did we really think they were going to change? Now, change must happen. Defensive scheme, defensive coordinator, maybe they go and get rid of Terrell Austin, maybe they bring someone else in. Quarterback play, there's offensive scheme as well, O-line play. You cannot allow 300 yards rushing and 50 attempts in a playoff game for the Ravens to run over you. So there needs to be change, some sort of change in the philosophy of Mike Tomlin. And maybe Mike Tomlin is a bit stubborn. Shoot, I'm a bit stubborn as well. This is the news from Jerry Dulac. Future of Mike Tomlin is signed through 2027 per his sources, despite a widespread public outcry, another embarrassing early exit. The Steelers are not planning to make any move involving Coach Tomlin. That also includes trades. Now, Adam Schefter, a few weeks ago or last week, he was having the idea that there was one team that reached out to the Steelers to trade for Mike Tomlin, but in his contract there is a no trade clause. You can't do it. So, but he didn't put aside though. He said, "Oh, maybe if Mike Tomlin says, you know what, I'm okay being traded, they can work something out." But the Steelers do not want to move on from Mike Tomlin. They don't want to trade him, per his source, and that's Jerry Dulac, who works for the organization. He's been involved, or he works, within the organization, within Pittsburgh media. So you have to go off what Jerry's saying. Now, could Jerry's sources be wrong? And tomorrow, then Art Rooney comes out and says, you know what, we're going to fire Mike Tomlin tomorrow and start fresh. Could be true. But I don't think so. I think the Steelers, yet again, lose a bad playoff game. And yes, it does fall on the shoulders of the head coach, and it falls on the players and everyone else and the responsibility. And they played terrible, terrible football. And here we are stuck again that we have to rebuild in the offseason and move forward. But we shouldn't be that shocked that the Steelers are going to keep Mike Tomlin because, look, they may not extend him. For everyone out there, we might have 2 more years, or we got 2027. So 25 season, 26 season is at the end of 2027. It's signed through 2027. So 3 more years of Mike Tomlin. You may not like that, but it's just what's happening. And I know it stings. I know people would really want to fire him. They want to get rid of him. I understand that. Fire Mike Tomlin crowd is very strong, and I understand your side. But it's like the organization via Jerry Dulac is saying, no, we're going to stick with our guy until the end, until he does 21 seasons. And I hope it changes. I really do. I understand the frustration. It's not fun watching your team, being a super fan, having all the gear, going live on YouTube, having all the comments, having all you guys comment in the chat, and then watching the game, and we lose by 28-14. But in the wild card as well, you've had the Chargers, you've had Denver lose so far. So every single team has lost that were a wild card team, and only one team can win at the very end. But our performance yesterday was very piss poor, and things need to change. And that includes the philosophy, the overall message from Mike Tomlin, coaching style, physicality, everything. You saw that game yesterday. These players were not physical. Didn't hit anyone. And if you allow 50 attempts rushing and you allow almost 300 yards, 299 yards, and you can't stop them, then you don't deserve to win. The Ravens deserve to win. So, guys, that's the news from Bob Pompiani, local media guy, and Jerry Dulac is a future of Mike Tomlin is signed for 2027. It looks like that the Steelers are not planning to make any move involving Mike Tomlin. I understand it. I feel the frustration, but we have to go with it and see how it plays out.